guys. We are together with Julien Treu, the founder of Turkish Rugby League. In 2016, we wanted to have a quick discussion about what we have been doing for the past 4 or 5 years, how we established and built Turkish Rugby League within and without, throughout the world of rugby league. And just before the Anzac Test match in Australia, we just wanted to give you guys a bit of a background in Turkish Rugby League. And Julien, can you tell us about how we started in 2016?
İyi akşamlar everyone. İyi akşamlar Gurol Baba. So, 2016, yes, we started basically with one team. That was the beginning of the year 2016. We brought the Kadıköy team to Serbia and to basically some coaching courses, referee coursing, and to play our first test match, basically. So we played against Radniki Beograd in Serbia. So that was our first match. And we came back really motivated from Serbia. I mean, they hosted us like amazing. We spent the time there and basically learned a lot in 3 or 4 days, and came back with the real intention to grow this sport here. You know, so as soon as we came back, we decided to do more training sessions, try to attract other teams, and basically help them in the coaching. And here we go. I mean, around September, October, we organized our first competition with 5 teams. I think we had 5 teams, yes.
Yep.
The Eskişehir, Bosphorus, Olympos, Bilgi Badgers, and Kadıköy. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing start, basically. Of course, like every time, you know, when you start, you're short on refereeing, you're short on coaching. You have to organize everything yourself. So I mean, we're completely based on volunteers, and so yes, it was a great project, and it was a great achievement for 2016. And I think that at the end of 2016, I went to Dublin for the European Rugby League conference.
Yep.
Yes, and basically went there, and everybody was very excited about Turkey joining the rugby league community, and the feedback was unbelievable and very supportive. So here we go. So we kept on going. And
what about the beach in 2016? I think one of the amazing part of Turkish Rugby League is establishing international beach rugby league.
I do think we started the beach rugby league in 2017, not 2016, because basically we didn't have the pitch in 2016. 2016, as I said, we went to Serbia. Then we played the championships September, October, November. So basically, that was the season 2016-2017. So basically, the first beach rugby league was in 2017.
Yeah, because you guys had the Serbian Federation come and support you guys, and I think I joined the boys and yourself, where I basically got a phone call from my cousin saying, "Hey, there's Turkish Rugby League starting." And I think it was the second week of the competition. And
we actually saw when we were passing by in Kadıköy, we saw this amazing place where people were playing volleyball, and basically, as we wanted to grow the attention and add the fun part to the game, you know, we decided, and to in order to reach more people, to start this beach rugby league tournament, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
We started from scratch. I remember we didn't have any inflatable beach. We were just basically decision 2 months later we were in. You know, So and it was amazing. Yes, it was amazing. We got amazing feedback, and yeah, I think we were already more than 14 teams the first year or something.
I think I was 16, if I can remember, because I was looking at the notes the other day, and there was no inflatable pitch, and I know that Jovan and Rally was there, and George was, and
George
not
was
George,
there, but
Rally was there, as
Jovan was there.
Jovan and Rally, yeah. And
Not rather, no, it was.
Okay, so you'll come to you then.
Yeah, it will come to you.
And so basically, that was fantastic. That was really exciting part of the development and the growth of Turkish Rugby League. Because what happened, what I saw when I started being involved in Turkish Rugby League was the teams and the players and the community was always asking for the fun part of it. And I think what we brought and what Turkish Rugby League brought was the fun in sport back. Instead of just having that discipline, yes, it has got to be disciplined, but you also got to enjoy it as well. Exactly. So that was fantastic.
Exactly. So basically, the league was the most competitive part of the association. And in addition to all this, league and development, and basically we wanted to add a fun part and attract as many people as possible, because basically due to the fact that beach is a limited amount of players, I mean, you can have you're 5 on the pitch, you can have a team with 5 players, but in general the amount of players are 10 in total. So that means you can make a team very easily and just travel, from anywhere you are in Turkey, and basically come and play the game, So, and it's just based on the weekend, so it's not a competition for like 4 months, 5 months where you have to be committed on all. It's just one weekend, plenty of games, plenty of fun, a lot of people. I mean, 16 teams, that's 10 players per team. So we're looking at 160 players already without people coming in. So basically it attracts a lot of people. You have passion, you have a crowd watching your games, and yes, it brings out a lot of excitement and fun.
Absolutely. And so basically that basically kicked off the first season. Yes. And I think when I came on board, you introduced me to Bilgi Badger's management team coach, Umut. And that was a real nice experience where I gave them a bit of advice how to play rugby league and just the fundamentals of it. Because obviously growing up in Australia and playing rugby league day in and day out. And that was real fun for me. It was really exciting, helping out and giving a hand and guidance for Bilgi Badgers. That was real good, happy times for me.
Yeah. And I remember meeting you at the first game. It was Eskişehir against Bosphorus.
That's right.
In Başibüyük or something like this.
Başibüyük, yeah.
Yes. And night game. It was a night game, so we were watching the game from the stands, and yes, right. It was amazing.
And it was also Steve Jackson was there too, so it was like my lost brother, because since 1996. I had been in Turkey, but from 96 to 2016, 17, I basically was just going around throughout Europe and doing my own business. And I was really starving for cricket, rugby league, Australian rules. But obviously there was football here in Turkey, but none of the Australian sports. So I was starving for it. So when I found out that there's rugby league playing in Turkey, and then I met you and Steve Jackson, it was like I just found my lost brother, my brothers. That's it. I was jumping out of my skin. I was really happy to be together, and I think I took Stephen to Bosphorus pub straight away. That was.
I remember, as soon as the competition ended, I think it was one of the best competition we had, with a grand final with television. We had Bein Sports watching for the grand final.
That's right.
And this is the spark. This is where it all started. And then we decided to focus on the next beach rugby league tournaments, because for the growing interest about the tournament,
That's right. That's right. And so that also coincided with the first ever Balkan Super League too, I believe.
Indeed.
And so the other good part of this was the growth of Turkish Rugby League was our involvement with the Serbian Federation and the Serbian influence in the Balkan area, and obviously Johan's guidance as well with European Rugby League. And so with those people making a great initiative towards rugby league, to growth of rugby league, I think Kadıköy Bulls were invited to compete in the first Balkan Super League.
So basically, what we decided is we had this project of the Balkan Super League in mind, and basically, in order to grow the interest of our league, local league, we decided to announce before the competition was even started that basically the winner of the competition will be qualified to a Balkan Super League. So whether it was going to happen or not, we decided that the project was basically worth the gamble to take, and basically I have to say the Serbian Rugby League Federation has been basically supporting us all the way from the start to now, and yes, fair play to them. They have organized the Balkan Super League, and it was like the cherry on the cake, the icing on the cake. I don't know what you say, but yeah, basically suddenly the teams became very competitive, very interested in going to this competition. I mean, you look at the names that we were adding to the table was like Red Star, the Lokomotiv Sofia, what we had, Partizan Belgrade. Yes, it was.
And remember the first game we drove to Trakia, and
amazing. Yes.
Yeah, that was like it was my first ever international competition in Turkish Rugby League, and not knowing what to expect from Bulgaria, because I saw these guys, they're all big tattoos. One guy was like nearly 7 foot tall. He was like a bikey, and we were looking at our boys, were all thin and slim and quick. There were a couple of wrestlers we had.
But there was the what we call the club Kadıköy Bulls,
Yeah.
They are maybe a bit smaller than the others, but they are real bulls,
Oh, yeah.
They are fearless, So they were amazing that day. They were amazing.
Absolutely. It was a big margin that at the end of the day, Kadıköy won with a reasonable margin. I think about 50-10 or something like that, 60-10, maybe more.
I think it was a bit more, but anyway,
it was a good score. It was a good score.
Yeah, it was a good score. Good score. Plus the fact that you play away, neutral ground. I mean, everybody's the excitement, is, and also it was the game that we basically live streamed.
Yeah. We did too. That was really good. So that obviously led the way for our first ever adventure in Super League, Balkan Super League, to Serbia to play against one of the biggest teams outside of France and England, or Wales or Scotland. Was the next best team was the Red Star from Belgrade. And we had a nice little trip to Belgrade, I believe.
Definitely. That was another cherry on the cake, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, we went there. Um, um, we knew they were better than us. I mean, we saw their games. We were watching, you know, the all the live streams, etc. But the what we got from that game was even better, you know, than just going there. And I mean, the learning curve was there. We, as I said, in our first ever game, we lost by 50 points, and suddenly we had our first game, first win against a team from abroad, and the the pass was there, and we learned a lot from that game against Red Star.
Okay.
Plus, on top of that, I mean, the host, you know, the Serbians are very welcoming. You know, the hosting was amazing. I think we had a mangal at the end of the game.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
played
yeah.
in a nice pitch, grass pitch. You know, they, they have all the facilities in Serbia,
True.
and you know, it's very. It's they have the chance to have all those facilities, then it helps to develop the game, you know, develop the
Absolutely.
growth. Yes.
Absolutely. And I can't, I never, I won't, it's very hard to forget staying in Serbia in the federation's headquarters, where they had a hotel or hostel right next to it. And we stayed there. It was right smack in the middle of Belgrade, which is fantastic. And it was amazing. And I'd like to say thank you to Serbian Federation from here. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. So basically, we came back. So we're all fresh just off the first season. We obviously started planning for our second season, but there was a lot of interest to continue. But I think we had one of our teams had a situation, Bosphorus. The president of Bosphorus, Oytun, had a bit of an illness that season, and we couldn't have Bosphorus join our competition. That's our second season. But the thing was, they were so committed to rugby league that some of their players did continue playing. But what was really good of Oytun and his team and his club was how loyal they are. And that was really, as I'm thinking about it, how that eventuated, was really good, a nice character of loyalty of Oytun from here. I like to say that. I like to say this to Oytun and Bosphorus. And so our second season started. So we had the beach championship. I think that was my first ever beach tournament. We had the inflatable beach there. We had a lot of sponsors come up.
Yes.
And I think we played also a Nines championship or something to get ready for the season straight afterwards. But tell me about the second season of beach. How was that?
The second season of beach was amazing. I mean, we even had remember we had the TV coming in. We had teams from abroad coming in.
That's right.
We had the Serbian team, I think.
Now we had the Lycans, and we had the Lebanese girls also.
On the second, we had the Lycans.
The Lebanese girls as well.
Oh, we had the Lebanese girls, yes. No, the Lycans didn't come on the second. The Lebanese girls were there.
It was the first Lebanese girls, yes.
Yeah, the Lycans were not there. The Lebanese girls came. Yes, it was amazing. Yes, and we had. I mean, we went from this tournament organized in 3 months with no inflatable pitch, nothing, into a full tournament covered with signs, posts, support of the municipality. I mean, the municipality was amazing to us. You know, they gave pretty much everything that we needed in order to facilitate this tournament. And yes, and I think we grew from 16 teams to 20 teams, adding the girls to the tournament.
That's right. That's
And
right.
even having an under-18 competition with 2 teams, I think.
There was only 2 teams. There was
Only 2
a
teams, yeah.
mixture of Kadıköy boys and Eskişehir boys or something.
No, it was a team from
Another team,
Fiorishka or something like this.
Flutka, yeah.
Gorillaz, yeah. Gorillaz. Yeah.
And so that was just like a one-off, 2 games. And that was very good of that, also showing our development, growth as we're going down, as in to the lower ages, which was good. So
plus we hired a professional photographer and a video, and basically it was amazing for the promotion. And the final, the stands were full. Do you remember?
Yes.
Stands were full.
We had sponsors giving out drinks, music, DJ. Yeah, it was really good.
Yes,
really good.
Yes.
And it was real fun. It was really
on top of that, the municipality allowed us to have tents around the area, which means that everybody was staying there for the weekend.
That's right. And so the Lebanese girls came for the first time and took the championship and walked off. And the Turkish girls were a little bit,
yes, the Lebanese girls came and won the trophy. Yes,
won the trophy, and that was good for the competition.
Definitely, it adds spice to any international team coming to play a tournament. Here it's just. It's just add spice to the competition, and to the tournament itself.
That's right. So basically, after that, our second season started. Our second season was no, we didn't. The first season. So the second season was 4 teams, with Bosphorus out. And so we basically had Olympos, Bilgi Badges, Eskişehir, and Kadıköy. And then that season, the great part of it was 2 teams qualifying for the Balkan Super League.
Agreed. Yes. I remember this. During that competition, basically what we did is try to have 2 teams qualified, so the first and the second, to qualify for the Balkan Super League competition. Right. So there was, the competition was even tougher then, because people, people really wanted to be part of this competition. And we added to that the first woman, was it a 9s or 13 aside?
That season, it was 13 aside, but we did also play a 9s. The first season of rugby league, a one-off. A showcase was a 9s between Eskişehir girls, Kadıköy girls in Kadıköy in Maltepe, and that was the first season. But in the second season, it was the first ever 13 aside.
Yes, so that was Kadıköy against Eskişehir.
That's right.
Eskişehir men were playing Bilgi Badgers for a place for the final. And a spot for the Balkan Super League competition, basically.
That's right. It was actually the last game, and they're on the same points. Whoever wins will qualify second and finish the season second, which means that they will qualify for the Balkan Super League.
And if I remember well, the Bilgi Badgers won right at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was a real
tight game, and they just
won the game.
So, yes.
It was at Ali Beyköy, and I do remember very well. In the competition in Eskişehir, there was a Harold. It was one of the Scottish players playing for Eskişehir. Yes. Harold, he was a good guy. He's a good guy, yes. And I'd like to say hello from here. So anyway, so that basically showed an opportunity for Bilgi Badgers to grow and develop, and also the university can support Bilgi Badgers was a nice gesture too, because having a university team play in the Balkan Super League, and they were obviously very, very anxious to be to know, or to who would they play? Who would they play? So they're very, very excited, and they're waiting for the draw, and they got the bingo, and so they picked Red Star.
They picked Red Star for their first game. Yes, yes.
And I went to with some help from Biggie Badger's friends. I went to Bakırköy Belediye, the municipality, and we got a very nice stadium there. And so Red Star came over to have a picnic in Bakırköy. But they brought the Australians, the Americans, and a Scottish player
Yes.
to play against Biggie Badgers.
So that, yeah, I mean, it was like a semi-pro team against a student team, basically. So, you know, I mean, Biggie Badgers gave everything, but I mean, you know,
Great experience.
No experience, no. So they did our best, you know.
Yeah.
And but the atmosphere was amazing.
Yeah,
The players discovered a lot, again, learned a lot about this experience. And yes, I think everybody was very pleased with what they were going through, you know. So
that's right. And actually, in the Red Star team, there was a very a famous American player, which is now making noise in America, establishing clubs.
yes.
I can't remember his name. He's also just written a book called ABC of Rugby League.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's actually he's moved on. He bounced around a little bit of American football and other sports, but now he's really committed to rugby league in America. And I think in 2021 or 2022, when the American League starts, he's one of the most important people in developing the sport itself. So it's good. Obviously, experiencing that game with him was great. So basically, after that, the second season finished. We had the so straight after the second season, then obviously Kadıköy played in the Super League. I think they all went all the way to the quarterfinals in the Super League, in Balkan Super League. But in the meantime, what I was doing was I was actually applying for, with the support of the board, for the European conference to be held in Turkey. And so I was pushing for that, and thank God that we got it. So we got the permission in 2017 late 17 that we're going to host the European conference in 2019. So
what was really good about this part is that basically this gave us a target. So basically we knew that like 6 months or 9 months before.
More actually, because it was 17, so we had to play all 18 and 19. We had the conference.
Yes. So basically, it gave us a target to develop more the women rugby league.
That's correct. Yeah.
So, and we also had the opportunity to host the British Pioneers, no?
That's right. In 2018 was actually one of the most important years of rugby league in Turkey, and throughout in Australia as well. So basically, what happened there was to kick the season off, we had a nines competition in Ali Beyköy. So we just to get the teams ready. So we had a small. We had 10 teams joining the competition, and it was the men's and the girls having the first official nines competition, where Kadıköy girls and Kadıköy boys won the championship, and I think they both were against Eskişehir in the finals. But that was really good too, well supported by the teams, and also we had nice sponsors. And straight after that, we had, as you said, Julien, the British Pioneers come to Turkey. And the British Pioneers showed us a different angle of the sport. Yes. And the culture of the sport was really good of them. What was good about that also was they actually traveled down to Eskişehir, stayed overnight, had a game in Eskişehir, yes. Made of our first ever international, our local competition. Yes. And so that was real good of them. And then they came back.
They also did some coaching there.
The coaching, yes, and refereeing as well. And then they came back and played against our our local Turkish rugby league team in Beylerbeyi Stadium. And that was it was amazing as well, you know.
And we had the girls. Remember, we did the East versus West women games. That was
Right.
yeah,
That was really amazing. That was really amazing.
I remember the boys in the stands, you know, getting wow, you know, some
yeah,
big hits coming from the girls, you know. So this is
right.
where we said, okay, there is something special there, you know.
I mean, in that game, obviously they still did not have the skill of playing rugby league, but I saw Bengu, I saw Julia, and then I saw Melike, and then I saw Eje, and I go, geez, where's these girls coming out of? You know, they've got so much potential in them. Then you had this Speedy Gonzalez of Gian, you know, I mean, and then you had all these other girls, and you got Ejem. From Ankara, and there's all these other girls. I'm going, geez, and there's so much potential where, you know, no one's guiding these girls at all and giving them an opportunity. So that was a sort of a format where we established East versus West, state of origin format, got them a nice jersey, and Spitter was our first sponsors for that. And so that was that was before the Pioneers game. So the boys were very excited.
Yeah, is what we saw there is they basically play like sevens, you know, they just take the ball, run everywhere, and just if they score, they score, you know.
That's right.
Basically, we knew that from there was a lot of potential, and those girls have never been working on game plans, strategy, and they was just let them run loose, you know, all over the pitch. So we basically say, I mean, if they are properly coached with proper planning and game plan, they will, you know, they can become a good team, you know, and they will make some surprises, you know. So